Alright, well, I said I was going to review hook fins like however long ago that was, and never did. It's just sat in a drawer, and I throw it at the concrete for fun. But, yeah, I never really liked the way it flipped until, I threw it at the concrete, and then this, like, kind of opened up right here, and the LED fell out, and then it flipped a whole lot better, because these things are extremely blade heavy, and blade heavy knives suck. This isn't a knife, it's a weird dildo shaped trainer. But yeah, if you take that light out, it makes it a little more rear bias. For a while there, I opened up the case for the handles and put BBs in it, and it actually flipped. It did some things better, and then some things it just made really odd. So I took the BBs out, and it just made it too loud. So right now I have the lights in the handles, but not in the blade, because it fans better without that. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, one thing that is kind of cool about these is you don't have to worry about a bite handle and a safe handle. You can kind of just do whatever, and then, yeah, you can just kind of do stuff. So, like, if you want to see, if you're, like, flipping in the dark and you want the lights to look a certain way, you can either flip on this side and do combos, or you can switch over to the other side. You don't have to worry about it cutting you. And, yeah, so I guess that's pretty cool. But, yeah, the design of this kind of sucks in a lot of ways, because if you're doing, like, I don't know how to get into the position for it. Sometimes I'll be, like, doing a chaplain, and your finger, because of the way this is shaped, it will get caught in there while this is here, and then, like, you won't be able to, like, continue doing stuff. It'll fall. It's aggravating. I think it's when I do this sometimes, or I don't remember. All I know is it's frustrating whenever it happens. Also, the way that these fins are shaped, your fingers will get caught on that when you're trying to do certain combos. Like, I find that sometimes when I'm going, you can also kind of use it to your advantage if you get used to it, because you can kind of grab the fin and do stuff, but if you're not used to it, it's going to be very frustrating. Yeah, this thing's flippability is... If I were to review this thing for its construction, I would give it, like, -10, because I never really flipped mine until recently, and it just, yeah, it feels like it's gonna fall apart any minute. I guess you could say I was throwing it at the concrete, but yeah, after like 2 drops on the concrete, and this thing started feeling like it was about to fall into a million pieces. This is kind of annoying, but it's cheap, so, I mean, that's one really good thing about it, is it's under $10, and it is good enough to allow you to learn pretty much all of the basics. So, like, if you want to, like, try this as a hobby or something, it's definitely a good starter, I would say. Or if you're just looking for something that you can just flip anywhere and not have to worry about, like, getting in trouble for ballasting laws or whatever, it's good for that. Or if you just want something that you can do what I do and throw it at the concrete and laugh at it when it falls apart, and then super glue it back together, it also works really good for that. One thing though, these things right in here, I don't know if you can tell, but they're like kind of bending and going further away, and that's what causes this to happen. And that started happening right when I started flipping this thing when I first got it, it started getting worse, so I don't know if that eventually will break or what will happen, but a lot of people's lights stop working, they break, you know, just stuff like that. This thing will fall off. This is a pretty crappy review, but yeah, flip fin's flippability is not the greatest, but definitely not the worst. If you remove the little light at the top, it flips a whole lot better, and it allows you to do more stuff with it. Choker fans, I have not been able to do them with this. They just look weird. I can't do them. Just the shape of the way the fin is, it doesn't work. I haven't really seen anyone get a choker fan that looks like a choker fan. So yeah, this thing's flippability for rollovers, I actually really like it. It does good for that. For this type of stuff, it's weird because it's thin and shaped weird. Chaplin's okay. Fan's like garbage, and it kind of is falling apart faster than I thought it would. So yeah, flippability, good for the price. Build construction definitely could be improved for the price. They could put a little more plastic in here to kind of make that hold up better. It's way too light. If you're flipping in wind, the second you do an aerial, the wind will just grab it and take it away from you, I guess you could say, because this thing is way too light. I don't know, just feels kind of cheap. It's a toy. It's not... Yeah, it's toy grade. So yeah,